everyone, it's Maki here. Today, I'd like to have a little casual chat with you all. This won't be about any official content, but I will be producing the show with an attitude of enjoying interactions between fans. Now, do you all know who designed the mobile suits for Gundam Seed? It was Mr. Kunio Okawara and Mr. Kimitsushi Yamane. They are indeed very seasoned professionals. They are the official designers entrusted by Sunrise and Bandai, who hold the rights to Gundam Seed. However, not limited to the Gundam series, many large-scale projects often involve numerous designers, and ultimately the results are compiled by a central figure. In a similar case, mobile suits like the Gundam Astray and M1 Astray that appear in the Gundam Seed storyline were designed by a person named Erica Simmons. She is developing them alongside 20 quantum computers. This time, we will introduce comments and illustrations from Mr. Kenichiro Katojiri, who participated as an initial designer for Gundam Seed. I'm not familiar with the internal affairs of the company, so I don't know how many initial designers there were. Therefore, some of what I will discuss from here on may be speculative. Mr. Katojiri is a person who has experience designing what's classified as Mono-Eye Gundam in the game GE Generation series. The pose used in the design of the Gundam appearing early in Gundam Seed is based on Mr. Katojiri's pose, which is different from Mr. Okawara's design. It seems that Mr. Katojiri also gave opinions on matters such as the frame structure of the GATX series. One of the adopted shoulder structures is called the double cradle frame. This is a technology commonly used in existing machinery, like bikes, and is a structure not seen in the mobile suits of the Xenon forces in past Gundam works. I'm not very familiar with bikes, but if you love them, observing the mobile suits in Gundam Seed with the double cradle frame in mind might lead to some new discoveries. Let's check out Mr. Katojiri's comments. It's important to note that the officially announced designers for Gundam Seed are Mr. Okawara and Mr. Yamane, so what follows is strictly unofficial information. Personally, I find it very intriguing and interesting, but from official companies, this is treated as merely the statement of a fan. The content talks about the development of the Aegis Gundam from a designer's perspective. The foundational idea for the transformation mechanism of the Aegis Gundam already existed. I also pondered why it transforms and what kind of effects or purposes it serves. The Aegis Gundam's design capitalizes on minimizing movable parts that aren't used as joints in its mobile suit form. Mr. Katojiri conceived a prototype for the Aegis Gundam called the X301. I designed it upon receiving the idea of a transformation that binds the limbs. Its concept differs entirely from other mobile suits, resulting in a greatly distinct internal frame shape. Due to this design concept, its working capability is low. In the actual TV anime, there are a few scenes where the Aegis Gundam walks or runs. Indeed, when pointed out, it does seem like there are a few scenes where the Aegis Gundam walks or runs in environments with gravity. Let's examine the concept of the Aegis Gundam. I conceived the X300 series with the idea of utilizing the phase shift armor's capability to neutralize physical impacts not only for defense, but also for offense. The intention was to simultaneously use the phase shift armor and beam saber, ramming into enemy units. This would neutralize damage to oneself using the phase shift armor, aiming to destroy only the enemy. With this purpose in mind, I designed a shape similar to the Aegis Gundam's mobile armor form. The first design was the X301, however, there was an issue of how to disengage if it couldn't penetrate the enemy. Thus, I incorporated the idea of spreading the limbs and retreating backward after impaling the enemy. The addition of escape joints and thrusters led to the creation of the X302. I envisioned it delivering further attacks to the enemy in this expanded state, so I added beam cannons. I also incorporated the idea of grabbing enemy units with one hand and attacking them with a beam saber equipped on the other arm. This was the X303, characterized by a pair of claws for grabbing and another pair for attacking. The reason the limbs of the Aegis Gundam are thicker compared to other Gundams is to execute these offensive actions. The X301 and X302 are strictly Mr. Katojiri's ideas, and it's unclear whether they were officially adopted or not. Nevertheless, observing the process of the Earth Alliance, which primarily operated mobile armors, combining their techniques with mobile suits is an intriguing experience. The X302 prototype Aegis was also envisioned to transform into a tank mode. The Aegis was designed with space assault tactics in mind. However, the structure with 4 legs to grasp opponents also proved suitable for executing stable, ground-based artillery fire. Therefore, its operation as a quadruped tank was considered to hide the main body as much as possible from the enemy. The legs were designed to bend deeply, lowering the torso. Except when executing artillery fire, the body is minimized to its lowest possible profile. At this time, the Aegis system, which centralizes various sensor functions, is activated. The head unit expands to conduct extensive enemy searches. For this purpose, the head sensor camera has a vertically elongated shape. The name Aegis derives from this system that consolidates various sensors. The limbs of the Aegis Gundam cannot house fuel or precision equipment because they are designed to pin down the enemy. The torso is mostly occupied by beam cannons, therefore, a large fuel tank is equipped on its back. The tank mode is quite an intriguing design. Seeing it battle the Stray Gundam in this form might be somewhat adorable. The content discussed is merely the designer's perspective. However, there might have been numerous revelations, such as the reason for the few walking scenes in the TV anime, or the origin of the name Aegis. The yellow-colored Aegis Gundam looks pretty cool. For those who enjoy customizing plastic models, it might be interesting to take on the challenge of creating the prototype Aegis. See you again in the next episode.